how do you know if you're smart or not? Okay, and what's the best way to improve your thinking and to sharpen your mind? Nice. So my question is, do you see yourself as a smart person or not smart person? Do you think you're smart? This is the question. So how do you know if you're smart or not? How many tests do you think we have to measure our IQ? How many tests? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had one when I want to get into the class of clever students when I was in preparatory school. Nice. Okay, so let's continue our part here. Here we have three types. We have here three types of measuring your critical thinking. Okay, you can take 1 minute to look at those tests and tell me what we can use them for. We can use them for what? Take 1 minute to look and tell me how and what we can use them for. I can use this test or these kind of tests for a student assessment. In my school, I won't see who are the smart students and who are not so smart students. So I can use one kind of those tests. So I can use them for student assessment to evaluate students' critical thinking abilities in academic settings like schools and universities. Okay, so for the student assessment and the next one, okay, choosing people who work for me so I can use them to select students or to assess students and to select employees. And the third one, to assess their strengths and weaknesses at work so you can improve the quality of your work or your business, inshallah, in the future. Okay, nice. Can you be smarter or just you have this amount of smartness within you and you can change it? Can you be smarter? This is my question. Healthy life, yes. So right now, we'll watch a video about how we can improve our critical thinking or our mind. Educate ourselves. Nice, good answer, Miss Nida. Great. So this video is for someone called Samantha Agos. She's talking about 5 tips, okay, to provide our critical thinking. Okay, right now, I want you to watch and tell me what those 5 tips are, okay? So how many tips are you going to write? 5 tips, yes. Are you ready? Let's start. We'll put this down.
Every day, a sea of decisions stretches before us. Some are small and unimportant, but others have a larger impact on our lives. For example, which politician should I vote for? Should I try the latest diet craze? Or will email make me a millionaire? We're bombarded with so many decisions that it's impossible to make a perfect choice every time. But there are many ways to improve our chances, and one particularly effective technique is critical thinking. This is a way of approaching a question that allows us to carefully deconstruct a situation, reveal its hidden issues, such as bias and manipulation, and make the best decision. If the critical part sounds negative, that's because, in a way, it is. Rather than choosing an answer because it feels right, a person who uses critical thinking subjects all available options to scrutiny and skepticism. Using the tools at their disposal, they'll eliminate everything but the most useful and reliable information. There are many different ways of approaching critical thinking, but here's one 5-step process that may help you solve any number of problems. 1. Formulate your question. In other words, know what you're looking for. This isn't always as straightforward as it sounds. For example, if you're deciding whether to try out the newest diet craze, your reasons for doing so may be obscured by other factors, like claims that you'll see results in just 2 weeks. But if you approach the situation with a clear view of what you're actually trying to accomplish by dieting, whether that's weight loss, better nutrition, or having more energy, that'll equip you to sift through this information critically, find what you're looking for, and decide whether the new fad really suits your needs. 2. Gather your information. There's lots of it out there, so having a clear idea of your question will help you determine what's relevant. If you're trying to decide on a diet to improve your nutrition, you may ask an expert for their advice or seek other people's testimonies. Information gathering helps you weigh different options, moving you closer to a decision that meets your goal. 3. Apply the information, something you do by asking critical questions. Facing a decision, ask yourself, what concepts are at work? What assumptions exist? Is my interpretation of the information logically sound? For example, in an email that promises you millions, you should consider, what is shaping my approach to this situation? Do I assume the sender is telling the truth? Based on the evidence, is it logical to assume I'll win any money? 4. Consider the implications. Imagine it's election time, and you've selected a political candidate based on their promise to make it cheaper for drivers to fill up on gas. At first glance, that seems great. But what about the long-term environmental effects? If gasoline use is less restricted by cost, this could also cause a huge surge in air pollution, an unintended consequence that's important to think about. 5. Explore other points of view. Ask yourself why so many people are drawn to the policies of the opposing political candidate. Even if you disagree with everything that candidate says, exploring the full spectrum of viewpoints might explain why some policies that don't seem valid to you appeal to others. This will allow you to explore alternatives, evaluate your own choices, and ultimately help you make more informed decisions. This 5-step process is just one tool, and it certainly won't eradicate difficult decisions from our lives. But it can help us increase the number of positive choices we make. Critical thinking can give us the tools to sift through a sea of information and find what we're looking for. And if enough of us use it, it has the power to make the world a more reasonable place.
Okay, nice. What are the 5 types? Thank you so much for this, Mr. Ayman. What are the 5 types? Yes. Formulate your questions, gather information, apply the information that you gathered. The implications means the things that are within, things that are implied in the topic, okay? And consider those implications. Nice. Very good. Explore the other points of view. Nice. This is everything. So those are the 5 types we can use to improve our critical thinking here. So it's so important. It's so important. In case you're going to be a president or something like that, don't be arrogant. Okay? Explore or try to get exposed to different points of views. Okay, different points of view. It's so healthy. It's healthy for your mind. Okay. So right now, I think this is too much. So what can we do? Just one thing. Yes, nice. Just one thing we can do to improve or to teach people critical thinking. What do you think we can teach you? Just one thing we can teach people to improve their minds. What can we do? Just one thing we can teach them to do. Do you journal every day? At the end of the day, like, do you open your notebook and try to write what's happened in your day? So how often do you journal? What's the benefit of journaling? Why do we journal? We have many goals for journaling. Yeah, to clear our minds, that's one goal. To organize our thoughts and to understand ourselves in a better way. That's what I want to talk about right now. To organize your thoughts and to understand yourself in a better way. That's why we journal. That's why we write. So writing itself organizes your thoughts. It makes you think in a better way. So when you write, it's better than just speaking to yourself or to your friend. Writing is more detailed. Okay. So right now, we'll watch a small video for this man. Do you know the name of this man? He's one of the people that influenced me so much in my life. But recently I discovered that he's a Zionist, so that made me angry, but he has good points of view about different topics, but not Zionism. Okay, this man's name is Jordan Peterson. Yes, yeah, he's a clinical psychologist, Canadian clinical psychologist. Okay, and in this video, he's going to talk about the benefits of writing. Okay, I want you to just watch this video to answer those 3 questions. look at the questions. Okay. Ready to watch? Let's go.
The best way to teach people critical thinking is to teach them to write. And I made this little thing that I put online. It's, I don't know if maybe is it in the Psych 434 website? Did I post that rubric for essay writing?
But I don't think it actually went through. I think but it is still on 430. That's how I got
Is it not on 434? Is that not working?
It must not have gone through when you were doing it.
Oh.
Yeah. But I still found it. It's still in 430.
Oh, okay. Well, there's an essay. Oh, that's too bad. It's not on the Psych 434 website even?
I didn't check.
Because I updated it. Anyways, I have this guide to writing that if it isn't on the 434 website, it is definitely on the 430 website. And it steps people through the process of writing. Because what's happened now, it's very hard to teach people to write because it's unbelievably time intensive. And like marking a good essay, that's really easy. Check A. You did everything right. Marking a bad essay, oh my God. The words are wrong, the phrases are wrong, the sentences are wrong, they're not ordered right in the paragraphs aren't coherent, and the whole thing makes no sense. So, trying to tell the person what they did wrong, it's like, well, you did everything wrong. Everything about this essay is wrong. Well, that's not helpful either. You have to find the few little things they did half right, and you have to teach them what they did wrong. It's really expensive. And so what I did with this rubric was try to address that from the production side instead of the grading side. But the best thing you can do is teach people to write, because there's no difference between that and thinking. And one of the things that just blows me away about universities is that no one ever tells students why they should write something. It's like, well, you have to do this assignment. Well, why are you writing? Well, you need the grade. It's like, no, you need to learn to think. Because thinking makes you act effectively in the world. Thinking makes you win the battles you undertake. And those could be battles for good things. If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way. So that's why you learn to write. It's like, and I can't believe that people aren't just told that. It's like, it's the most powerful weapon you can possibly provide someone with. And I mean, I know lots of people who've been staggeringly successful and watched them throughout my life. I mean, those people, you don't want to have an argument with them. They'll just slash you into pieces. And not in a malevolent way. It's like, if you're going to make your point and they're going to make their point, you better have your points organized, because otherwise you are going to look like and be an absolute idiot. You are not going to get anywhere. And if you can formulate your arguments coherently, and make a presentation, if you can speak to people, if you can lay out a proposal, God, people give you money, they give you opportunities, you have influence. That's what you're at university for. And so that's what you do. Is you're in English, right? Yeah, in languages anyways. It's like, yeah, teach people to be articulate, because that's the most dangerous thing you can possibly be. So, and that's motivating if people know that. It's like, well, why are you learning to write? Because here's your sword, here's your M16, right? Here's your bulletproof vest. Like, you learn how to use them. But it's an endless mystery to me why that isn't made self-evident. So that's the sort of thing that can drive you mad trying to sort out. It's like there's a conspiracy to bring people into the education system to make them weaker. So I guess that keeps the competition down. Maybe that's one way of thinking about it. If your students are stupid, they're not going to challenge you.
Yeah, so if your students are stupid, we're gonna challenge you. Great words from Jordan Peterson. So let's look at the first question here. What does Peterson think about writing helps you think better? Why does writing help you being a better person? Why? Because as I told you, it's so intensive for your mind, yeah. It makes you need to think fully and to focus so much, more than just speaking. Yes, you have more effort to do with your mind.
He said that the best way to teach people to think in critical thinking way, writing.
Yeah, nice. Very good. It's just right. Thank you so much for this Shams Shah, do you want to add anything? Okay, nice. Thank you so much. Let's look at the next question here. Those people think schools are good at teaching. People think schools are doing a good job or not? Yes or no? No, yeah. The only focus on mistakes. Yes, no. Very good. Schools are not good to teach us how to think. And you told, very good, you told the answer for the third question. Yes, Farah, you can join.
I think schools are not good, as just as you said. It's like a conspiracy to make students like less successful, or like they tell them to do stuff without telling them the reason.
Yeah.
Like, why do
Nice.
you do this stuff?
So it's so important to know the why before you do anything. You have the right to know why, because you're just a human and you have a good mind. So, folks, that was it. Thank you so much for this